So now coming to the national level, Mr. Modi, as of today, will still win the 2024 election the way it's going today. But where does the opposition stand? Okay, do you see them coming together at all and doing something really concrete?
An interesting question, but the only problem with the opposition is they couldn't complement each other in each other's territory. That is a big problem.
Yeah.
So earlier, there was one thing called Janata Dal. It has its presence in many pockets. It has its presence in Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana. So even from Karnataka, starting from here, there was other than Congress, other than BJP, it had a pan-India image actually. Now that day has gone, and there are so many parties from that Mandal era. We can say that as a Samajwadi Party, Rashtriya Janata Dal, such type of parties are Lok Dal, Indian National Lok Dal. There are two Rashtriya Lok Dal and Indian National Lok Dal. One in Uttar Pradesh, another in Haryana. They have all lost their sheen actually.
Okay.
So the real problem with the opposition is, since you asked that specific question, I should say, the opposition, as far as in that late 90s and the 2000, those type of opposition has actually melted actually. So that is a real problem. And there was one ideological mentor for this third force, that is one called the left front. That has also lost its sheen. We should remember that. So whenever there needs to be a third front or a front which should be supported by Congress or support to be given to Congress, this left front get immediately activated at the eve of the counting, and they come all together, cobbling together. They go and meet each and every leader like Lalu Prasad to Mulayam Singh Yadav. They say that on the name of their pet name of secularism, they all come together. Now that unfortunately that is also not happening. So that is the real stage of opposition, because such type of stage I have never experienced before. I have not observed before, I should say, because the day I started observing politics is from 1991 or 1989, I should say. During that time only I started observing politics. At the time, this dominance of these Mandal parties were more actually. Congress has started declining slowly but steadily, but the dominance of these forces, Janata Dal on one side, Communist on the other side, that was until 2014, I should say. It is when Mr. Modi has came into the as a prime minister. What he successfully did, I should say, to the politics is concerned, he has grabbed all the weapons of these parties successfully. So what were the left parties were dependent on? Their socialist ideology.
Correct.
So Mr. Modi, by practicing the social schemes, welfare schemes, he actually took away all their weapons on one hand.
Narrative.
And what were these? So what were these Mandal parties were doing? They used to tag, as you mentioned, BJP as a Brahmin Baniya party. And they promoted their caste sentiments. They ignited the caste sentiments every now and then, whenever they were comfortable with.
Correct.
So what Mr. Modi, he himself is an OBC. And every OBC or every person in those Mandal parties, they felt very proud that at least see, there is a man of one among us who is occupying the high position. So he took away that weapon also from those Mandal parties. Bahujan Samaj Party, who used to be the champion of Dalit politics. So he, by glorifying Ambedkar much more than these Dalit parties, in every possible way, in every platform available, Mr. Modi, he took that also from them. And this all he is doing by retaining his core Hindutva agenda. So that is also satisfying the nationalist and Hindutva voters who were there with BJP. And they're getting more crystallized, I should say, because during Vajpayee's time, there was a sense of discontent among the core BJP voters that he is a person who is not fulfilling our agenda. Though it is a coalition politics, but the voters were very restless that where is the Ram Mandir, where is the uniform civil code, where is our core ideology? You are satisfying the needs and necessities of the coalition partners, but not our own cause. Such murmurs were happening here and there. There was a song also which was whenever possible, wherever possible. The RSS also did its part during Mr. Vajpayee's time. Now, there is a perfect coordination between the RSS and the BJP. So everything is working in favor of Mr. Narendra Modi. Of course, also the divine intervention. And so that is not happening for the opposition parties, what we are seeing right now.
Yeah. So, Mr. Modi always does non-traditional things. He's breaking the tradition everywhere, wherever he goes. So, opposition is not able to really understand which way he will move and what narrative to set. Apart from அதானின்னு இப்போ சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க. முன்னாடி ரஃபேல் சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. இப்போ அடான்னு சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. இது கொஞ்ச நாள் ஓடும். அதுக்கப்புறம் it will die its own death. Right. So, அதான் என்ன narrative so that public really understands and can connect to it.
So even now, Rahul Gandhi, as you mentioned, that he is doing the same mistake.
Yeah.
So if he want to make himself or project himself as a martyr, he could do. But what he opted, he once again taking up the Adani issue, which is not sticking with Mr. Modi. That is a real problem. You can either project yourself as a martyr, that Mr. Modi is whatever he is doing, he's punishing him or he's penalizing him, misusing his authority. Like that he could do.
Yeah.
But what he does is, on one side, by crying vendetta, he becomes offensive by using Adani's name. So it is not really working out among the people. The people want a clarity. So that is what I used to say, my friends, that in 2009, we had this 26th November. That happened in 2008, actually. So what happened in 2009 May, there was an election. But the people opted for Congress, Manmohan Singh, because they don't want the country to be in uncertainty. They want the country in safe hands. So at that time, they really felt BJP didn't, met their expectation. It couldn't come. That is what the people felt. So they don't want to risk for another uncertainty in politics. So they voted more for Congress, and they brought a much better mandate than 2004 in 2009. So that is what will happen in 2024 also. The people, the voters of India are with, everybody in the Western countries, they are doubting the wisdom of the Indian voters. Starting from the urban to the rural, they have that enormous wisdom. The Indian voters are concerned. They could be illiterate. They could be poor. They couldn't have been, observed politics like, analysts or, educated people. But they understand what is good for the country. So that one thing, the opposition fails to understand or take that voters' confidence into consideration.
Correct. So, Ms. Mamta Banerjee இப்போ ரீசெண்டா ஒடிஷால போய் மிஸ்டர் பட்நாயக்க பார்த்திருக்காங்க. So she is trying to stitch some kind of an alliance or Gadbandhan and all that. But like you rightly pointed out, people have moved on, okay, from this Maha Gadbandhan, Cholli Otti, and it's just a patch of work, and we call it Khichdi government in Hindi. Yeah. So people are no more ready for a Khichdi government. They have tasted a stable, strong, decisive government and a leader for the last 9 years now. Yeah. So
actually,
they will not again go back.
Sorry for that small intervention. This amazing wisdom of the people I observed during the 2019 election. So when I saw the Odisha elections, both Lok Sabha and Assembly elections were taking simultaneously. There were 2 EVMs in front of them. So for Lok Sabha, the people opted for Modi, and for Assembly, they opted for Naveen Patnaik. And if you see Odisha, It is not a urban state. It is not a state with high educated people. What we see in southern India or so, it has having a sizable tribal population. It has a sizable OBC population, women population, illiterates are there. So, but see the wisdom of the people. So that is what I could say, that the opposition, they think that they can outwit this the wisdom of people by their what to say, by offering some freebies or the short term lollipops to the people, and they can grab their confidence, but the people are too smart.
Correct. So அதான் இப்போ if you see Mr. Patnaik, okay, அவருக்கு local language கூட ஜாஸ்தி தெரியாது.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I heard. So now with that also he has so much of strong connect with public. That's because of his work
Yes.
on the ground. So what I feel is the opposition cannot take a shortcut with all these freebies. They have to really take the public interest into consideration and work for the public. That's the only way that I see. Okay,
Yes.
deliver, show the performance, and then say I've done it, and then go to the people and say, okay, vote for me nationally. Only
Yes.
that will give them the votes or the seats. Yeah. So I don't think anything else is going to work. You just have to work harder and work for the public. Yeah. The freebies, அப்புறம் ஈவன் தமிழ்நாட்டிலுமே வந்து தமிழ்னு சொல்லி எல்லாரையும் they just take them for a ride. அதுவும் வந்து Mr. Modi has neutralized through the
Yes.
Kashi Tamil Sangam. Yeah. இப்போ வந்து Saurashtra Tamil Sangam வருதுன்னு கேள்விப்பட்டேன். I was hearing Mr. Annamalai also saying that. So he is also going and quoting Thiruvalluvar everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, so so that also is getting neutralized. You can't keep on harping on the same old narrative which was there for the last 50 years. And the Mari, I don't think you can do politics in India anymore because Mr. Modi has changed all the tables or ella change ஆயிடுச்சு. So they have to really look at it afresh. And Mr. PK cannot help them every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But PK himself has mentioned recently that opposition cannot win 2024 because he has his own template of suggestions to the opposition, especially the Congress. And when he found that Congress is not accepting a majority of them, he recently, what I have seen is he himself is telling that Modi could not be defeated in 2024 in the given situation.
Correct. So anyways, winning is a given. The only thing is BJP is saying 400 as the target. So they really have started looking at which are the areas they have to concentrate. They have started planning for it, and election machinery, they are masters in that, in the planning. Right? So I think that's what is the next step that they are looking at. They're not even looking at crossing the
400 is
market.
a very ambitious target because there are big states. I should say that they have not done enough to achieve that target because we have Andhra Pradesh, we have Tamil Nadu, we have Kerala. These are the states where there is a very minimal presence of BJP is there. Plus, they have to get the confidence back in Bengal. So we have seen that they have 18 seats in Bengal in 2019. We should, basically my analysis says is around 10 seats they can retain, 10 to 13 they can get back with the hard work. Whether they can increase that, it's need to be seen. Other states also, they have to retain that votes. So there are multiple reasons are there, but achieving 400 is a bit tricky. Stretched, but getting 350 is, I feel it is possible.
So that's what Amit Shah does, right? So he keeps a very stretched target all the time. And that's what Annamalai is also trying to do in Tamil Nadu. Okay, Iru Tenji is targeting. On the target potana, we can at least go midway, yeah. Yes. I think that's a very good way of doing it. Strive hard for the bigger number. And Modi is also, keeps on telling everywhere, think big. Yeah. So that's
almost like a corporate HR.
Absolutely. I always keep connecting both. Okay, the organization that they are running, they are looking at talent acquisition.
Yes.
Adumari correcta, they are looking from that lens. talent acquisition correct-ஆ எங்கேருந்து எடுக்கணும். அப்புறம் talent, the succession planning is super. All right. Then also identifying the talent, nurturing them. Yeah. So
Yes.
even in each state, if you see, although yes, they have to still do quite a bit of work in West Bengal. Okay, homegrown leader இன்னும் தேவை. அங்க borrowed leadersலாம் இருக்காங்க, but homegrown leader like Mr. Annamalai, they need in several places which they don't have in some states. Yeah.
Yes.
அங்க ஒரு struggle இருக்கு, where they have to depend on some alliances and all that, or even West Bengal is a different ball game altogether. Okay, Shivendu Adhikari is there, but அவரும் வந்து he has come from TMC only.
Yes.
அப்புறம் there are some controversies around him. Yeah, so it does not connect with the public show so strongly as expected. Okay, although they have done really well from where they were earlier. So yeah, homegrown talent definitely, even in Bihar also.
Yes.
Biharல பாத்தீங்கன்னா they are improving a lot. But உங்களுக்கு
They have
homegrown
improved a lot actually
Yes,
after the breakup with Mr. Nitish Kumar.
yeah.
I am observing Bihar politics. It is they are taking it to the very next level, and even the present Bihar state president, whom they have appointed, he enjoys a lot of goodwill among the cadres. That is what
Okay,
I have
yeah.
heard recently. That is a couple of days before. And as far as Bengal is concerned, as you rightly said, they have a deficiency for the homegrown leaders. They have to be dependent on people like from other parties, including Mr. Suvendu Adhikari. But that is what they did in Tripura also. Tripura, there is they all are from outside, especially we have seen the home last time the almost all the ministers they were from outside. Very less number of homegrown talents. But now in this current 2023 elections, they have given tickets to a number of homegrown people. After they got stabilized, they began to give to the homegrown youth and other karyakartas, which have really worked well during this election, I should say. The same template they will adopt for Bengal also, I feel, because both Tripura and Bengal, Tripura is a miniature of Bengal.
Right.
So in all possible way, except some unique distinctions are there. So let us see how it works.
Absolutely. பொறுத்திருந்து பார்ப்போம். All right. With that, we come to the end of this show. Thank you so much, sir. நீங்க join பண்ணதுக்கு இன்னைக்கு. Okay, it was very interesting. So we'll do another round with you within some time. Okay, let's see how these things pan out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. ரொம்ப நன்றி சார். Thank you for your time. நான் வந்து இப்போ ரெக்கார்டிங் ஸ்டாப் பண்றேன்.
Okay.